All of you on day third of CSS beginners to advanced. So a warm welcome to all of you on day third. Today we will be doing CSS Flex, a very important topic of CSX, and I hope uh, my voice is clear. Can you please confirm me? Can someone please confirm me? So today we will be doing CSS Flexbox. So please join us fast. CSS Flexbox is a very big topic which I will try to finish in maximum 1 to 1.5 hours. And attendance form will be shared in between mid or around at the end of the session. It's a system driven process. System will automatically send the attendance sheet. So yeah, hi Nishant Kumar ji. Yes sir means I didn't get it here. So my dear friend Ram, you are also here. A warm welcome, Ram. Nice to see you after a long time. So uh, uh, one second. Let me share one of the WhatsApp group link so that if someone wants to join, he can join. Yeah, Nishan, I got it. WhatsApp group invite link. Okay, fine. So this is the WhatsApp group invite link I have shared. In case anyone wants to join, he can join us for the further updates. What we will be covering and or what we will be sharing now or in the coming days. One second. One second. Hello. Huh? So guys, a very important call. So sorry. So we will be starting with CSS Flexbox today, and just note it. CSS Flexbox is a very important thing, a very powerful tool in which will help you all to design your website, design your web page, design your web app, design your app in such a way, and will actually be help to make the design simpler, easier, and responsive. So today, what we are learning, which is Flexbox, and Flexbox is also very responsive, similar to Grid. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, will be doing CSS Grid. Yes, and if we get time, we will try to do a small project on the Friday. That is the last day of the CSS week. So let's start now. So Shall I start now? All are ready now? Please comment with yes so that I can start with the CSS Flexbox. Just want someone to reply with yes. Hello. So we'll start with CSS Flexbox now. Let me tell you one thing. I will not be able to view the chat box now. So please focus on the content, the the idea behind the course, the idea behind the content, and the concept. Okay. As soon as I get the time, we'll see the chat. We'll see the chat box and then reply. So now we will start with CSS Flexbox. So let me tell you one thing. CSS Flexbox is a very important property which will help you to come out of Bootstrap and concentrate on the CSS Flexbox. It's a very important property, and the um, uh, so I will do one thing. Let's link the theoretical and the practical part so that the things will not get bored and you will be able to grasp the things in a proper way. So let me design some, one second. CSS Flexbox, and let me design some basic HTML structure so that we will get the links. So saving it, we'll open this with live server. Okay, fine. So now let us do the basic styling. So this is how the design what we have created looks like. So now let's make our container a flex and also show a border to understand what it does. So in order to make our container flex, let us first copy this container and we'll have the display as flex, and we'll have the border of 5 feet solid of green color, saving it. See what has happened, it aligns everything in a single row. This is how the CSS Flex works. CSS Flex aligns everything in a single row, and Now there is a another property of flex which is called as inline flex. Now see what it does. See, if you have noticed, it aligns themselves within the box. This is how CSS inline flexbox will work. Here, the flex direction row is here, which is from left to right. Now, let's have the height 200 vertical, saving it. So now we will be taking the whole of the page, and the flex direction is a direction in which the main axis flow, which is default the row. So now, if in case we give the flex direction as row, let us see what has happened. Nothing will happen. Why? Because by default, row, that means left to right, is the main direction of the main axis. Now, if we change it to column, see what has happened. And let us change to flex. So what has happened? We have changed the main axis from row, that is from left to right, to top to bottom. This is how we can actually align the content, align the things in our web page. So now moving on to the next property of CSS Flexbox, which is called as the CSS uh, Flex Wrap. Flex Wrap. Let us see what Flex Wrap do. Flex Wrap is wrap. See. And we will give a box as width of 300 px. So we have given a width of all the boxes as 300 px. So what is happening currently here? See, as I told you, CSS is very responsive. So depending upon the available screen size, it automatically adjusts themselves within the same. So now, in case if we want, or if I change the width to, sorry, 33.33%, let us see what is happening now. So it is now not in a responsive mode. See, okay, 1 second. It have actually stuck themselves there only. So now, in case if we want to add some gaps, so for this we will be using a border, sorry, border of 2p x solid of green yellow color. So let us see the gaps have been inserted here. So this is how you can fix it and add gaps here. So now moving on to the next property of CSS Flexbox, which is called as the Flexbox ordering property, in which as you can see, one second, as you can see, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Text correction is save it. So as you all can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So now let's change the order, and we will shift the box number 3, that is 3, to the last of this, series. So now how to do it? So let us remove this also, and here we'll use dot box and we insert the flex as, and now we will target the dot box 3 order. We will change to 1 from the last. So as you all can see, it's 1 to 4 now, and 3 shifts in the last. So this is how you can pick any of the item and shift any of the item as per your convenience, where you want to shift it. So now, in case, let us take the another box, box 5, and we'll change the order to P. Let us see what happened here. So as you all can see, after 5 it comes. So if I change it to -3, let me see what has happened. Oh, so -3 will shift the item to the front. Very good. So this is an R&D part which I did it just now. So this is how you can do the R&D and check what will be the result of the code what you have entered. So now moving on to the next part of CSS Flexbox, which is called as alignment and centering. So as the name simply says, alignment and centering. What is alignment and what is centering? Alignment means aligning something in the page, and centering something means center something in the page, centering of some item of an item in the page. So one second, let me remove it now, save it. Fine. So now For the alignment, let me check the index. Okay, so we will be doing this alignment with here with the help of this code only. And here we will be, for alignment we will be using justify content here. So the justify content will actually help to place the content, to justify the content as per the requirement. So in order to fix it, let us create a border of 2p a solid of green color, saving it, and we will justify the content to the flex, to the start of the flex. See, it's in the start of the flex only. Now we will change it to flex end, save. So as you all can see, the entire items have shift towards the end of the flex. Similarly, flex start and flex end, we have center, fine, it aligns in the center. We have space between. So as you all can see, spaces are there in between. We have space evenly. So evenly spaces have been distributed among all the 10 items. We have space around. So spaces have been distributed around all the 10 items. So this is called as the alignment using justify content. Similarly to justify content, we have align content. So let me change my basic code, and here so as you all can see, let's change it to start. So flex start, sorry. So as soon as I have changed this to flex start, entire content have shift toward the start. So justify content, here we have changed the flex direction to column. Earlier, either we will write row or not. By default, the direction will be row only. So here, if I mention the flex direction as column and have the justify content as flex start, so entire content have shift toward the start of the box. If I change it to end, and now if I change it to center, center, next we'll have the space between. As you all can see, spaces between them. Now we will, similar to justify content and justify, we will have align item also. So let me change the basic code, and let me do one thing. Align item is basically the opposite of justify item. We will remove it. Border is required, and we will have the height here of 100 vertical height, and we will add the align item to fetch, save and see. So this is how the line items of stretch will work. So let me tell you one thing very clearly. One second. You all have the chance to get the participation certificate. System will automatically push the attendance sheet here with the help of Google form. So please fill it for all the 5 days. Attend the lecture and fill all the 5 days, and you will get the participation certificate on your mail ID, which what you have entered. So moving back to the topic, we have the align items as stretch. Now we will change the align item to flex card. Similar to justify, the same values are there. So we'll have the flex card, and we will save it so you can see the content now. Now flex send. Now we will have the next one as center. Okay. Now we will have a very different property in CSS Flexbox, which is called as the CSS Baseline Property. So let me design this for you. So as you all can see, what, as I've mentioned, align item is baseline. So what align item baseline will do? So as you all can see, every box has a different size, different shape, and different color. So here, but if you have noticed it, the base of all the items is same. As you, if you have noticed, it starts from 1 2 3 4 5. The base is in the same line of all the items. So this is how this baseline property will work. So this is a very important property, and let me tell you one thing, is being used a lot in the showcase part, in the front of the web page part. So now we will use the align content property with the flex container. It basically align items across the cross axis when there are extra spaces available. So let me have the basic code here. So guys, focus on the concept. Concept is very, make your concepts clear so that immediately you can pick up how to add, what to add, and where to add. So I guess attendance sheet has been shared now. You can fill your attendance. And here, let me see once more. So let me save it now. Fine. So as you all can see, we are onto the topic which is called as a flex container property of align content. So let us start now. We will weigh the container dot container here. Displays flex. Border is here height. Tab. And align content we have sketch. Now align content we have center. Saving it. Oh, sorry. Saved. So the content is comes in the center. So moving on to the next part, which is called as a moving on to the next value, which is called as the flex start, and saved it. So it shipped towards the start. Now we will have the flex end. Let us save it. So the entire content will ship towards the end. We'll have the next one as center. Let me save it. So items are in the center. We'll have the value as space between. So you can see the spaces between them. And we'll have the second last one as space around, saving it. So around space has been created. So this is how the values are almost similar in all the align content and justify content part. The most important thing is you need to know how to use it and where to use it. So next we will be have the flex item property. Fine. So let's start this flex item property to align a single item, that is align self. What means here is, in case if you want a single box to align differently, you will be using align self property. Align self, as the name simply says, self alignment. So for this, let me have properties where one second, where I will be display flex wrap. One second, align item as flex start, saving it. Okay, what is happening? One second. We'll have the display as flex, border is 10 px, height is 100 vertical, flex tab wrap is not allowed. So let me delete it and save it again. So what I did, I have actually changed the structure of three boxes. I have changed from I have changed to 200 px, 20 px, and 300 px in order to show the align self property. So now let's have the align self property to flex start, or let me change it to flex end, because either it is by default it has uses the flex start property only. So let me save this. So as you all can see, it shifts towards the end. Align self in the center, and the last one, either if I says align self flex start, nothing will happen because it's in the start of the flex. So this is how you can actually add align self property to change a single behavior of a content irrespective of the entire limit. So now let us have the flex item property, which is actually a shorthand to flex grow, flex shrink, and flex basics combined, which we will see now. One second. So here let me change the basic HTML structure. I'm saving it now. And here, so as you all can see, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with emojis, and now we will actually see there is some free space above, and the flex property decides how the free space will be distributed among themselves. So like this, if we give flex 1 to all the item, the free space will be distributed equally among all the flex item. So let us do this now. And what we will be doing here, dot box, and we have the flex as 1. So as you all can see, space has distributed between them. Now we will target the box 2 and have the flex saving it. So what has happened here? It uses twice the space of the available space. So now we will learn the individual properties of flex grow, flex shrink, and flex basics. What are those? We will discuss now. So for this, let me change my code pen, or let me change my code here, save it. So now we will use the dot dot box 1, and we will be using the flex as 1, and here for the dot box 2 will have the flex 1, 1 and 0. Here 1 stands for CSS Flex Grow, second one stands for CSS Flex Shrink, and the third one stands for CSS Flex Basics. So this is how you can actually define all the three values in a single line giving space. So but in case if you want to change or want to give them individually, you can also do this. Right now I will show you how to do this. Irrespective of giving all the three in a single line using space, you can actually add one after the another, typing the complete command as flex shrink, flex grow, and flex basis. So let's have the flex basis to 400px and have the flex grow. No, sorry, we'll have the flex basis also again here to 300px. 1 second, typing error. So saving it. See what has happened now. It is in the proportion of 2:1. So now we'll have uh, flex grow as 2, and here also flex grow we will have 1. So now again save it. So this is how the box 1 will take twice the available free space, and box 2 take in comparison with box 1 single free space. So this is how we will be actually aligning the things. Now we will add the flex shrink property 5, and here also flex shrink to 1. So let me save it. So this is how you can actually use these properties to design your web page, design your web page, place your contents, applying single self-driven properties to individual items, individual contents. So I hope you all have filled the attendance sheet by now. And that's it for today. Tomorrow we will be doing CSS Grid, and last day also we will be doing CSS Grid. And in case we will get the time, we will do the projects. So thank you. Have a great day. See you tomorrow at 2:45 p.m. sharp.